After being a CEO for the last 10 years, I received some coaching, but I received no mentoring. And I think one of the things that I did as a CEO, quite frankly, in the first few years in taking on such a large trust, I really struggled with actually what is the role of a CEO. And I think that's when you step away from being a CEO, but after such a long time, you start to codify your learning and you look back and you think, what are the things I did well? What are the things I could do better? And how can I influence the sector on a wider scale? So I'm really enjoying currently being a mentor, working numerous trusts across the education sector and trying to make a difference by enabling leaders to understand their role. And in doing that, we look at the reality of what they're facing. We look at the vision they're trying to cultivate. We think about the strategy they're trying to put in place, and then we try to think about the outcomes and are the outcomes in line with the vision that they're trying to create. So this course that we've designed, the architecture around it is to help them on that journey. And today's been fantastic. And yesterday's been fantastic in these first two cohorts. So we've had 26 over the last 2 days, 26 aspiring CEOs and existing CEOs. So with some of them, we're provoking them about how would you create the trust that you want to. With those who are sustaining, we're provoking them by saying, have you created the organisation that you want to create? I think in the sector, we have to be absolutely obsessive about talent management and succession planning. And in this sector now, there are so many founding CEOs who are now moving on. So in answer to your question, it has to be for aspiring and existing CEOs. So aspiring CEOs, teaching them the business of what it means to conduct an organisation. And for those people who are already CEOs, many of them reached out to this program because they want to sustain their leadership. They want to be refreshed. They want to be provoked. They want to think about how can they run the best organisation they can and how can they transform the communities they're serving. And so we've had, I know it's in early days, but we've had really positive feedback from the two sets of delegates in these two first cohorts, both from aspiring and existing. And we're really energised for the next session. Mary Myatt has taught all of us today. She's almost a gift to the education world. What she's been able to do is bring all the delegates the wealth of her lifelong knowledge and understanding of the curriculum. I think what it's really done for people today, they've been able to look at the trust pillars and how do you create a high quality inclusive curriculum. But what she's really done is provoked people about what are the principles of curriculum design and how can you make sure that connects to your vision. So in other words, through your authentic leadership, what's your vision and how does that play out in the children's entitlement to make sure it's the highest quality curriculum possible and accessible for all. And we've had delegates who've been having autographs of her books, etc., because what we do is we put an awful lot of thought into the pre-reading for the course, but they've come away buzzing from the provocations that she's had today.